Hello, my name is Chris Paultano. I'm the current president of Evansville Real Radio. Evansville Real Radio is an educational, not-for-profit established in the state of Indiana. And the thing that we educate people about is the Christian foundation of our country. We also educate people upon the founding documents of our country, meaning that we look at how to interpret those, looking at specialty knowledge and things like that, but also looking at original source documents. And that is one of the key things to understand, is that when we're looking at a textbook, we're getting somebody else's interpretation of history. And if we want to preserve our freedom and if we want to preserve our culture, we need to go into the original source documents to learn about those things. We're also Christian in perspective, meaning that we believe that Christianity placed an emphasis on the founding of our country and that it was founded as a Christian nation. For many of the states had specific Christian doctrines or specific Christian denominations specified within their foundational documents, their constitutions. And the federal constitution just did not want to have one of those to have priority over the others. We're also a community radio station. That means to build a sense of community. In order to be able to build a true sense of community, we need to be able to establish those Christian ethics, which of course means that we're established on love and the rule of law, equality of law for all people. Some people don't get better benefits than others, but that everybody's equal under the law. And that is ultimately a combination of our Christian founding and what the founding fathers wanted us to do as we went forward. What we want to do is again look at how to interpret both the Bible so that we have an accurate understanding of what Christian ethics are, as well as understand our original foundational documents. In order to be able to do that, we need to get into the source documents, and we need to know the correct methods on how to do those things, using things like formal logic and those original source documents, being able to parse out the differences in thought of each individuals and some of the compromises that were made. For our Constitution is a compromise document, unlike the Scriptures, which is a fully inspired and inerrant document. But also that needs to be interpreted using foundational principles. You can't just interpret it any old way. There are some people who find flying saucers in the Bible. That is not there because they use incorrect interpretive methods, or they use an allegory and they can take it anywhere they want to, because then they're making up what they want to do. So the other part of our mission is to promote a sense of local community. And to promote local community, we have to take those two previous things, an understanding of Christian ethics and an understanding of freedom and law that our country was developed on, and we need to apply those to community. If we don't get the first two right, if we don't understand Christian ethics and biblical ethics and the way that they play out in society, and how to interpret the Scriptures for ourselves and apply them well rather than relying on what somebody else has told us to do, or same thing for the founding documents, if we just take those from a textbook and take everybody's word for it that they mean one thing, we may never get to the true sense of the meaning. So what we want to do is we want to find out those principles that apply from Christian ethics and those principles that apply from our founding documents of freedom, and we want to apply those to building a community in Evansville. The other part of that is that we'll promote localism, promoting local businesses and local events, local politics, rather than even state or national politics, although certainly those will also be discussed. We're hoping that you would support Evansville Real Radio. We have a web page, that is evansvillefm.org, and that can be found on the World Wide Web. If you would be interested in supporting our mission, you can donate there, or you can become a member there. Membership is restricted to those who live in this local area, and actually about a 60-mile area from Evansville, and everybody's welcome to participate there. We're also looking for people who would like to have shows, and particularly we want those shows to be educational in nature. We're modeling ourselves after some other groups that have gone before us who promote these things, and some of the notable ones that I can think of are the Institute on the Constitution, which is out of the state of Maryland. The Perutka and Perutka Law Office and Pastor Whitney have promoted that, and I'll put links in the video below so that you can find that. And also another group that has done that is Dr. Paul Jaley's group, the Plymouth Rock Foundation, and they're very big on promoting the source documents and on how to study those things as well. So they have some good education materials on that. The difference between us and them is that they're not primarily on the radio, and we're establishing a low-power FM radio station in Evansville to accomplish our mission. There are some local groups also that have gone before us who have set a good example for us. One of them, notably, is Restoring Our Heritage, who has been very helpful in helping us to get established. And they will frequently bring in expert speakers. And those expert speakers teach about usually the Constitution, and oftentimes they teach about that from a Christian perspective, for that is also their mission, so we are closely aligned in our thought processes and do help each other as much as we can. And I'll put links to all of these groups that I've met in the text below, so you can find those there. If you have any questions about Evansville Real Radio, we can be reached through that webpage, again, evansvillefm.org. And we are hoping that the community will join in with us to help promote this and to get ourselves on the air, which is a rather complex process. This is an overview video, and what I intend to do is to go through our bylaws piece by piece, for they are very principle-based bylaws as well as practically based bylaws, and we'll go through the principled portions of those to explain how we came about those and the thought process between them. Because anytime that we have a bylaw, which is really a constitution, and that is the laws that are governing our group, just like our Constitution is the law that governs nature, and the Scriptures are the law that covers all of God's created world. I thank you for your time. I hope you found this video helpful. If we can help you to understand it better in any way, please feel free to contact us, and again, that can be done through the webpage. God bless you, and have a good day.